Now, since we have all the prerequisites in place, we'll try to integrate GCP public dataset with HANA Cloud. I'm logged on to my GCP trial account and this is the dashboard. This mission makes use of COVID-19 dataset provided by Johns Hopkins University. To find the dataset, click on the marketplace and filter the datasets. To find the dataset that we are interested in, search in the marketplace with COVID-19_JHU_CSSE and hit enter. This is the dataset that we are interested in. Click on View Dataset. When we click on View Dataset, it opens the BigQuery Explorer and automatically pins the public datasets on the BigQuery Explorer. Now, in future, you can search the public datasets with the BigQuery from the BigQuery Explorer itself. In this COVID-19 dataset provided by JHU, we are particularly interested in this summary table. This table gives us information on COVID-19 cases for different counties. For federating this data in HANA Cloud, we need to make this data available as a part of our project in GCP. To do that, we'll first create a dataset in our project. When a trial account is created, a project is automatically created, and you can confirm that by checking the notifications. When I created this trial account, this My First project got created automatically. To create a dataset, click on the three dots next to the project and click on Create Dataset. Give a name for the dataset and choose a location for this dataset. This location is important and should match with the location where your public dataset resides. In our case, it would be US, multiple regions in the US. We leave the table expiration and encryption as is and hit on Create Dataset. Once we do that, we'll see a new dataset has been created under the name of our project. Currently, this dataset does not contain any table. Now, in order to create the same table in our dataset, we can simply choose this table and choose to copy this table to our project's dataset. Make sure this table name doesn't already exist in the project. Create copy. When we expand the dataset, we'll see a new table has been created. We can check it has the same columns as that of the summary table in the public dataset. We can hit preview and we can see the data. We can see that it has about 2.5 million rows of data. Once the summary table is created, repeat the steps for copying the counties table in the public dataset geo-US boundaries. Once the tables are created, we need to create a service account. The SAP HANA Cloud uses REST API to connect to GCP BigQuery. For authentication, create a service account and grant the account BigQuery user and the BigQuery data viewer role. To create a service account, go to I am an admin and click on Service Accounts. Click on Create Service Account and provide a name as BigQuery HANA Cloud. Click on Create and Continue. Add the role for BigQuery Data Viewer. Add another role for BigQuery User. Click on Continue and click on Done. Once the service account is created, click on the service account and click on Keys. Click on Add Key, Create New Key. Create a private key for the service account and keep the key type as JSON and hit Create. Close. Save the service key and we will use it when we will create the remote source from BigQuery in HANA Cloud. We have created the service account user and we'll now create the certificate. BigQuery adapter in HANA Cloud is a REST API-based adapter and communicates with the endpoint through an HTTP client. To ensure secure communication, the adapters require client certificates from the endpoint services. To download the certificate, open the link googleapis.com/auth2/v1/certs in your browser. Click on the lock icon here and then click on Connection is secure. Click on Certificate is valid. Click on Certification path. Choose GTS root R1. Make sure you always choose the root node while downloading the certificate. Click on View Certificate, Details, Copy to File, Next. Change the file format to base64 encoded. Click on Next. Provide a location in your laptop where you want to save this certificate and give a name. Click on Save. Click on Next. Finish, and the export was successful. We'll now make use of this certificate in the certificate store in HANA Cockpit. To upload the certificate we just downloaded to Certificate Store in HANA Cloud Cockpit, open the HANA Cloud Cockpit. Click on Database Overview and click on Switch Application and search for Certificate Store. Open the application Certificate Store and import the certificate we just downloaded. Once the certificate is uploaded, you can check that it's uploaded. Go to Certificate Collections, add a collection, give collection a name, and add a certificate we just uploaded to the certificate store to this certificate collection. Once the certificate is added to the certificate collection, you can edit the purpose of this certificate and choose remote source. You can optionally choose which remote source. We will now create a remote source. For that, open the Database Explorer. Once that opens, expand Catalog and navigate to Remote Sources. Right-click, Add Remote Source. Provide a name such as rs_BigQuery. Change the adapter name to BigQuery. The source location will always be index server. Keep the adapter version and server as is. Change the credential mode to technical user. In the credentials, provide the account name as the service account that we had created in the GCP account. In the private key, use the key that we had downloaded while creating the service account. Click Create. Once a remote source is created, click to select it. We can see our database and the schema here. Click on Search. We can see the two tables that we had created in this dataset in the Google Cloud Platform.